that as believers, we should remember God and fight for the welfare of our family and our fellow Christians. Verse 14 encourages all of us to prioritize family. Make family important. There's a clip from Shakespeare from his play Henry VIII in Act 4, Scene 3. I'm not a Shakespeare expert by any means, but in that particular one, on the eve of St. Crispin's Day, just before the Battle of Agincourt in the 100 Years' War, knowing that his men faced overwhelming odds because of being outnumbered 5-1 by the French, King Henry challenged them to be brave and to fight for their families back home. That includes the famous phrase, band of brothers, in it too, by the way. And it's been closely associated with England's unlikely victory in that war. Winston Churchill, World War II, found this speech so inspiring that he pressed Laurence Olivier to produce a movie around that speech. And he produced a film, and it was released in 1944, that helped rally the British morale during World War II. You can kind of imagine Nehemiah rallying the people with a speech, something like that, like the one that's found in verse 14 of chapter 4. In that verse, Nehemiah called his people, and us too, by the way, but he called them to courage over fear. Called them to trust God and have courage in God rather than fear in their enemies. I know some people that worry about everything, don't you? But do you know what happens when we worry? What we're doing when we worry? When we worry, we are magnifying our problems and making them bigger than God. Worry magnifies problems. So we need to be careful and stay there. Nehemiah called for us to fight for our families. He said fight for, by the way. He didn't say fight against. He just said fight for. Chapters 5-7, he's reminding the people of Jerusalem to fight those outside the wall, not those inside, not our family, not among ourselves, not inside of our church. We need to build each other up, encourage one another, and use our weapons not against one another, but against the enemy, to defend ourselves against the enemy when he comes and attacks. I don't know why it is, but oftentimes our initial response to opposition is fear. But when that happens, we need to remember God's power and help us. Let that help us change that response. Remember, God fights for us too. Stand firm in the faith. Don't let fear control you. Don't let fear stop you. think if we all did that, our marriages would be stronger. If we acknowledge that especially if we acknowledge that the real enemy is not him or her, or not our husband or wife. It's the devil, it's Satan. He's our real enemy. He's the one that's causing the problems. Our parenting relationships would be so much different if we fought for our children instead of with them. And fought alongside them against Satan. Our churches would be so much better, so much different if we fought together against Satan instead of with one another. Fight for, not against. That's what Nehemiah challenged the people to do. And that's what we need to do. Fight the enemy, not our family, not our friend, not our fellow believers. Fight the enemy. Respond in a Christ-like way. Thank you for joining us tonight. Join us Sunday morning, 11 o'clock. Morning